Last week we had a little problem where we didn't hit the... I'm going to start with story outlining. Maybe I should turn a little light on the subject. That's better. Why do I like a story outline? And it keeps you on task, and even if I stop for 2-3 days, I know where I am in the story. I know what's going on. Memory to keep it going. It's a roadmap. It's a roadmap to complete the story. It also eliminates writer's block. And like I said when we were live, writer's block's a myth. Know what your story is, you'll be able to always finish it. You'll never get stuck. You'll never have to scrounge around or panic. You'll have a story and you'll know where you're going. How do you set up your story outline? Well, it's different for everybody. Basically, I go beginning, ending, fight or go home moment, and then I fill in the missing areas at the very end. So beginning, I know I've got 10 pages to make my readers and people that want to see the story stay tuned. If something's missing there, I don't have a story. So I work on that first. I work on the first 10 pages. Get that, like I said, up to speed, make sure everything's clear. Ending. I work from the very last scene in the movie to about 8 pages back. Sometimes a little bit less. It just depends on what I've going. And again, it's growing and changing, and it takes a life of its own, and it can do whatever it wants to. Once I get those first 3 areas, I put my story away. I don't look at it. I don't think about it unless the muse takes over. And the muse, she kicks in, I'll work right away. But usually it takes me a couple of days. Give myself, except that you're always going to be changing them. The first 10 pages. Okay, you heard me say a little bit. On the first 10 pages, that's the part that everybody cares about. Okay? When people read your screenplay, they're focusing on that. If it doesn't go anywhere in the first 10 pages, chances are nobody's going to want to finish reading your script. Introduce your protagonist, the good guy. Do it early. Worry about trying to make him clever or something funny, or, well, if it's comedy, keep him funny. Make the situations funny, but don't try to worry about things involving, don't try to overthink it. Just write your story. If you have a mentor, a buddy, or a love interest, get them in there. Don't wait to page 40 to say, hey, by the way, he's got a girlfriend. Why? You're just wasting everybody's time. And the person to get in is your antagonist or the villain. Make sure you set, in your character creation, worry about how dark you want this character to be, how nasty you want it to be, how funny and dark is he going to be. Do it. At the end of the end of the first 10 pages, you want what is called the inciting incident. Sometimes it happens a little bit early, but hanging it around page 10. This is the event that drives your story. Example of this is a heist movie, or okay, you have Reservoir Dogs, if I remember right. They're planning a crime. They meet each other. Everybody's got the different names, different colors. Bang! They're on their way. Things to remember when you're writing that I forgot about. I didn't even mention this live, so if anybody that sees this, this is a little added bonus. When you're writing your scenes, get into the scene a little bit late. We don't need to have walks into a room all the time. Just get into the scene as late as you possibly can and get out of the scene as early as possible. You can leave a little bit to your audience's imagination, and when you see it on film, you'll understand that a little bit better. Look, next time you're watching a movie, watch how the scenes begin and watch how they end. And if you have a couple of questions, that's a good thing, because guess what? Let's talk about the character creation, because I'm pretty sure we missed this during this part. Didn't get recorded either. First thing I do is come up with a profile. Male, female, age, size characteristics, body characteristics, personal tics, things like that. Also break down, if you always break down parents. Try to see how the parents are that lead to construct your person, because that's where we're all made from, is our parents. So if you that with your writing. Your background, race, if it's necessary. I don't worry about it personally. I'm a white guy. I know white people. I know some black people. I try not to stereotype because that's annoying. And the process is kind of stupid, actually. Character needs to have their own backstory. Again, you build them from start back before the parents are married if you can, and work it in that way. If you don't have a backstory, they're going to come across as boring. If you're struggling, find out if your character has brothers and sisters, or create brothers and sisters, even if they're not a part of the story. They're going to something about that you'll use. Are they cool but tortured, or happy-go-lucky? Things like that. Names. Worry about names at the end. Even if you write the first draft and it's just man 1, woman 1, dog 1, whatever. Don't worry about naming your characters unless something really sticks to you. Clever names usually don't work. Unless it pops, use it later. Don't worry about it. Do some research and figure out what a character arc is. Learn to build a character arc. The better your characters are, the better your story will be. Guaranteed. Story revolves around the characters. Stronger characters, stronger story, more to play with. Use a mix of traits if you can. Some examples are like tall, dark, and handsome. Try to go short, fat, and handsome. Like me. Blonde and ditzy. Sometimes you have to go with the blonde and ditzy if it's necessary. Personally, I try not to use it. Try to, again, shake things up, try different things, but always be consistent whenever you do this. Characters, again, will always be a work in progress too. I've changed sexes, I've changed names, I've changed physical characteristics, things like that. Anyway, I hope this catches you up on the things that we missed, and I apologize for missing the talk again next Wednesday. Thank you. Bye-bye.